to fly about. We'll have another fly in a minute. We'll take off from down here. It's a nice evening for a fly around. Take off from the ridge. Something here. Tell you what, it's a good place, isn't it? Turn the green light on. I put the green light on the bottom tonight. I'll be on in a minute. Connected. Just got to wait for it to connect to the satellites. Bosh, look, we're already connected, look. So, just save it. Just had to get out of the way of the road there quickly. Got the flashing light on the bottom so you can see it a bit better. Spin round. Got up a bit higher. There we are. Hello, mate. So I'm just going to put the glasses on so I can see what altitude we're at. I'll tell you what, I'll come down a bit, man. Do everyone's head in. Boom. Over this way a bit. Get nicked for that? No, I won't actually. I've got a licence. Why would I get nicked for that? I've got a licence. I'm acting within my licence. Why can I get nicked for doing that? I'm interested to hear what you say, and then I'll educate you on what the law is, because you clearly don't know. I can fly as near to people as I like. I can fly over buildings as near to them as I want to. Yeah, I can do it at any time. Yep. There you go. Doesn't matter whether it's 2 in the morning, 10 at night, or whenever. All completely lawful. And to be honest, I've been in this village all my life, 55 years this year. Hardly illegal. Anyway, let's come down. Let's come down and annoy everyone. What, ask me for what? Money and cigarettes? I'd ask him why he's in that position. Why, what would you do then? There we go. Better get high. There's a big old tree up there. Keep an eye on the battery. That's better. 2 speeds. See, if I ran round that corner I couldn't see me drone, then I'd be committing a crime. As you can see, we are at 38.9 metres. Right. There we are. Oh, lost it again. Hang on. Where the hell is that? I've got a spare one, but... Oh. You know, I've lost out. These things. Right, anyway. Put this back in there. These things are hideous. Probably because I'm putting it in the wrong one. Oh. Circling now. I've got it in circle mode. It'll just circle and I can increase the circumference of the circle. Anyway. Bring her down. Down she comes. There you go. What would you say to the police if they pulled up? Nothing. I'd go, all right, officers. That's what I'd say to the police. Police can't do anything. How can the police do anything? We're not in Australia, where you're not, or Holland, where you can't fly your drone at night. I've got everything on me. I've got my flyer's ID on the drone. I've got documentation on my phone. In fact, if the police pulled up, I could fly my drone right over the police car. Legally. I could go to my local police station and I could fly over their station. Legally. And to be honest, if anyone comes out, says, oh, what are you doing with that fucking drone? I'll tell them to fuck off back indoors and get back in bed. To be honest with you. But people are all right around there. I've been here all my life. We've had double murders in this village and all sorts before. You think people are bothered by me flying a drone? I'd be more concerned with the murderers. Anyway. We're going back up in a second. Just getting out of this area. See, last year you could have just got a 250 drone and boom, off you went without doing anything. But the law's changed as the 1st of January. Anything over 100 grams with a camera, you've got to do a test. And rightly so. I've got a flyer's ID, an operator ID. And my drone is class 0, so I can fly it wherever I want, over people that are not even involved in my hobby. Over buildings, private buildings. As long as I take off from a public area. That is the important bit, public area. So I can take off from here, School Lane. Then again, I'm not getting anyone, do you know what I mean? I don't expect people to know the drone laws. It's only because I'm fresh at it. Because in a couple of years' time, you've got to have a remote ID tag. And then that will be broadcasting out an ID. So, I don't know what we'll do. We'll go around Marshall Gardens. Fly right along. Might even see some fucking crackheads do their heads in. Getting light already. Anyway, talking about police, you really think you'll see a policeman around here this time of night? If your house was getting burgled in this village, you're better off dealing with a burglar yourself. Because by the time they get here, you could be dead. And that's a fact. Um, anyway, any other drones in the sky? You can tell a drone now, because as of the 1st of January, we have to have a green flashing light. Then again, it's quite nice to be able to fly at night, because in Holland you can't, in Australia you can't. Massive country like Australia. So no, I had to get out of the way of a low-flying plane earlier. I was saying that I just stayed where I was because we were about the same altitude, except he was on a different sort of line than me, so I just stayed where I was. If we go up the car park, we'll be able to see under some lights up there. Got a couple of batteries. Yeah. Green light at the back. See, another part of the law is when you're looking at your drone in line of sight, you have to be able to know what the orientation of it is. So you need to know what ends what, unless you put it in headless mode. But obviously I look at the green and I know that that's the back. That cat, look. Crazy cats. It's only me and the cats out this time of night. And a couple of junkies probably. What we'll do, walk around the roadway. Yeah, I've got 2 speeds on this. I'll show you in a minute how quick it goes. Beautiful sky tonight. Moon. In fact, it's not too cold out here tonight. In fact, when the police do come out, they ain't got a clue about the drone laws. They have to get onto their drone officers. In fact, I was showing 2 policemen the other night outside my house. They was asking me what the laws were and that, so I was just explaining it. We've got what's called the drone code. It's common sense, really, to be honest with you. But I really don't see the point in getting a massive drone because then you can't fly over people. You can't fly near houses, you can't do anything. But where this is a Zip Class 0, we're good to go. And this, everybody, is the local village hall. We'll fly around here. Go up there, look. Some of these aircraft are quite low. If you see one that's just flashing green, really low, that'd be a drone. Last year you could have just gone up there with no lights, but now we have to have a green flashing light. This is where this plane was flying on the same thingamajig as me. Oh, here we are, look. Welcome to Hadlow Village Hall. My dad outraised the money for that place there, which was originally going to be a working men's club, but the posh people at the posh road over there put the stoppers on it. Anyway, let's go. Let's do turn that off. I'm going to put the light on first. Which is there. Put the controller on. It'll connect to the satellites once it gets them. There we go, look, we're connected to 6 satellites and we're ready to go. So what you do, you press that one, which unlocks it. Press that one and it takes off. Just show you it. I'll just spin it round so you can see it going round. Second gear, we'll go right up. So I'm just going to put my glasses on so we can see what altitude we're at. We'll go up. Find my glasses. And where are they? Here we go. Alright. We're at 22 metres. Up we go then. Got to 50. 48, 50, 53. Got the camera. We can swing around. Tell you what, let's take it up to 80. 60. 70. 80. Now what we'll do, we'll put it in back to home mode and it'll come and land. And exactly where we took off from. There's something red over there, I don't know what that is. I've got an aircraft over there. So what I'm going to do is just stay there a minute. Can you see that? There we are. In fact, we carry on landing. He's going that way. Whatever that is, but no idea. An aircraft of some description. We do get military helicopters, Chinooks coming over, but they literally sound like he's well low. We're well high. The fuck's that? Anyway, back to home. What it's doing, it goes out, finds the exact spot we were at. And this is the only time you don't have to have your, well, one of the few, there's a few occasions where you don't have to have your drone in your line of vision because it's being automatically. All right, Richard, how you doing? Here she comes. Down we come. That's basically a GPS landing that. Boom. What I'll do, I'll take it off the thing there, and then we'll just manually come down. There she is. What we'll do. But yeah, hang on. Over the tennis courts. We're locked onto 19 satellites in a minute. What we can do with this drone, right? And then this is where I normally fly around. Well, I fly everywhere, but so it's not boggy. Oh, I've lost the thing again, look. Haven't I? No, it's still there. There we go, look. Oh, hey, battery's going now, look. So no matter what it'll do, I'm going to override that and just come straight down. Or is it going to do its own thing? Second stage of landing, look. It's basically, the battery's flat, so it's took control away from me. It's controlling itself. And what it does, down we come. Down you come. Flat battery in the drone. Gosh, down we come. Sensor on the bottom. Yeah, see that there, the red thing? That means we've got a flat battery. I think we've got one battery left. So it's quite hard to lose your drone really, unless what people do, they turn the GPS off and then wonder why they lose their drones. But obviously turning your GPS off is like turning your maps off. Right, and the battery, got any lights over it, look. Let's hold. Yeah, look. Fly down up the back here. Cheers. Right, the battery's just literally pops out the back, and we've got one left. Hang on. We'll get down there. Baseball pitch out here, but it's my niece's dad's. Runs it on. John. So I'm just gonna put the new battery in. We've got 2 batteries left. I bought an extra couple of I've got 5 batteries altogether. In fact, it's a bit tight taking off there. So take it off over here and then fly out there. This is the future, people. In years to come, people will be you'll be getting your takeaways and that on a drone. Be dropping them off to you. Alright. Got some cables there, but there's none in that direction. So you've got to keep an eye out for cables and all that. Really. And all we're doing, fire up the drone, fire up the controller. Yeah, some power lines, yeah, just about to see them. You actually see my new drone, it's got a big searchlight on the bottom. There we go, look. 32 satellites. Up like that. What we'll do, get back on that tennis court. It's all buggy. Then we'll give it some beans down the field and back up. Oh, mate, this is swamped. Fucking hell, each wellies on. Right, anyway, there we are. What we got to do, the back end is the green end, so like that, and then boom. Bit more altitude. Just fly him right out. What do we do? Come back, spin round. We'll fly right over us. Oh yeah, dropping off. Imagine what you could get flown into you. You'd be the prison daddy in no time. In this football pitch like that. Just landing here. There we go. Right above us. That's in gear number one. It's a shooting star. Don't know if you caught that or not. Here she comes. What holds it there is the GPS. We can spin it around. Let me put my glasses on and we'll get a bit of altitude up. At the minute, We are at 15 metres. Let's give it 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, up at 60 metres. So we're kind of half of the legal limit. Anyway. Bring it down on flat out. But the quickest way to get down really is to waft from side to side like that whilst holding down still. Take these glasses off so I can see what way round I am. Go like that. Now, that should come right over us. About there. In fact, there's a down one, you press there. That'll automatically descend now. Bit of turbulence up there. See, the higher you go, the more turbulence there is. But lovely moonlit evening. Down she comes. Whee. And I quite like flying during the night, even though you can't see a lot. But down you come. That's in speed 1. This is speed 2. It is really good fun. This is the first time I've ever done sort of droning, guys, but it's brilliant. And the fact you can fly over whatever you want with a Class 0. Down you come. Whee! There we go. And what holds that in the position is the GPS. Hang on. How much money? This one was £100 down from 200, but the one I'm getting next is 400. Yeah, definitely. It's an affordable hobby, everybody, on Amazon. It's really interesting what you can see. Obviously, during the day, you can watch whatever. Go that way to go forward, backwards. Takes a bit of getting used to it, but once you've flown it about a bit, you get used to it. I have. Go for a big fly out. We'll spin it around in the air, come back. Come down rapidly. What way are we going? Like that. There we go. Get it overhead and we'll bring it down. I fancy a cup of tea. Right, there we go. Flat out, coming down. I want to come this way a bit near that tree. There we go. Oh, I pressed the wrong one. Community mode, whatever that is. I missed that basketball thing. Come on. There you go. How mad's that? I love it, I've got to say I love it. It's really interesting. Flying around. Flat the battery out quick. We'll go flat out down the field and back. There's other things flying around here low. Connected to 19 satellites. All right, second stage of a flat battery. So let's forget that, look. But I've got one last battery left, so we might as well kill it, eh? And I'll show you where I normally put the green light. Battery. It's best to buy a couple of extra batteries though, if you want a bit more, because the controller lasts quite a long time, whereas the batteries, they get eaten quite quick. But I bought an extra couple of batteries, so I've got 5. I think we've got one here. Yeah, got one more battery. Busted in, wrong way. That's it. What we'll do with the light is I'll put it on its where I normally have it. Oh, controller on. Hang about. Yeah, that's right. Nah, I'll show you the batteries. This one's got a built-in battery, just USB charge. Let's just get off the ground quickly. What batteries they are is, get one. USB to charge them up. Now flying out. Flying right down the end. Boom. Now, what we'll do is I'll carry on flying, but I'll spin it round while it's still going, come back, because I've mastered this now. Little loops. And I'll put it right over us. Bring it down. And my new drone's got a big spotlight on the bottom as well. Buzzing bee. The strobe light's beginning to go a little bit as well. That's forward. Backwards. Let's get low down. What we'll do is come down low. There you go. See if we can. Got a great range on them. We've also got a button where we can press, and that should now just constantly drop altitude in a straight line. But to be honest, I can get it down quicker. And if I press this, it will now, hang on, it'll now do a circle, start doing a circle, and if I move that, it'll widen the circumference and I can move it in and out like this. Right, take it out of that. We're now in follow me mode. That now follow me. Well, follow the controller. Until you knock it out. Oh, here we are. We'll get it overhead and we'll give it some altitude. Get my glasses so I can see what. It's a mad gadget, man. There's so many job opportunities once you get your license and that. That's why I'm investing in a really posh drone next. Saying that, I could do it with this, to be truthful with you. Right, we're at 13.8 meters. Let's give it some right. Right, 50 meters, 60 meters, 70 meters, 80 meters. I'm at 92 meters. Oh, probably the highest I've been, people. I'll tell you what. Oh, let's go up to 100. Gosh, 9,500. Look, 101 meters. Down we come. Down to 90, 80, 77, 60, 50 metres. Yeah, 120. I can go higher though, but you can't if you've got a DJI drone. My new drone's got a limit of 800 metres altitude. Right, about there, it's right where we are. Let's bring it down. I've had enough, need coffee. Like this, they'll go over 120. But obviously the DJI ones are all locked in now. So they couldn't even go over it if they had to. In an emergency of some description. Down she comes. Near that fence? No, we're alright. Black wall. Down you come. Got like a camera on the bottom. Anyway, let's get on the deck. Boom. That's enough, guys and girls. We'll walk home now. Yeah, loads of fun. It's loads of fun in the daytime. We can just swoop over people. Right. Let's turn the torch off on there and someone come out. Oh, you noisy bastard. No. It's pretty good round. Everyone knows everyone anyway. This is going to be well buggy, isn't it? In fact, we'll go out on the roadway, man. Torch. Loads of lumens. This is what you need out in the countryside in the middle of the night. So if anyone pops out, all you got to do is boom in the eyeballs, and they're blind. Yeah. Oh, there's a little pathlet here. Is it a path or is it? Ah, see, this is part of the original part. That was a tennis court when I was a kid, but it was a posh people's tennis court. But we cut a hole in the fence, and we used to just climb through it. Yeah. There's the village hall. Like I said before, my dad and his mates raised money for that. It's going to be a working men's club until the posh people complain. And years ago, see these houses on the right? My back garden used to come right along here until they built all this estate. Yeah. Hold the drone up. It's so light as well, this drone. Yeah, my garden went right along here. My house is just through there. Obviously we've got to walk round on the road. Good batteries in this one, this thing. But obviously the drone uses quite a bit of power. Well, it depends what you're doing. You can hover, you can just put it up and leave it there, just hovering about. But I like zooming about. It's also got Wi-Fi transmission, so I connect my phone to it and it records it all. But I've got an onboard, I can watch it on there as well. I've got an onboard SIM card that's on the drone, like a chip. Yeah, I like flying at night. In fact, I might get myself a couple more green lights. I'm just booming out green lights. Look like a bit of a disco up there. But yeah, in Australia, you can't fly at night, which is mad considering the size of it. And Holland as well. But I've got to say, in England, United Kingdom, we got quite good rights, especially if you've got a Class 0 drone like me. So you start going up the class weights, you just lose your privileges. You end up, you're not allowed to fly over nothing. You just got to be right up in the sky. Whereas I can literally swoop right down over you. Yeah, legally. The only thing I can't swoop over is big crowds that can't get out of the way. But queues, I can go over because I can get out of the way. Obviously, if you've got a big crowd, you can't go over that because none of them get out of the way. Beautiful morning, though, isn't it? Just fly up there one night, man. Try and get a good moon picture. When drones first come out, this is no bullshit, people was flying near on into space and that with them. Maybe we should go into space one night. We'll have a pirate mission. We'll turn all the lights off, go undercover. Yeah, lovely evening. Oh yeah, safety's paramount, really. In fact, if someone comes along and interferes with me, it's actually a CIA offence to interfere with a drone pilot. It's the same as basically, I'm controlled by the same law as the planes. But we got our own laws, same as helicopters. Everything's controlled by the CIA. But yeah, here we are, mine. The England flag. Need a big old drone to fly around on. That's probably the future, you know. When we're all dead, long gone, drones will be personal sort of transport. People would be sort of going from place to place on the drone. You think I'm joking? I'm not. Where's my door key? Didn't lock my door, but it's all good. Yeah, it's called a drone code, what we abide by. Oh. Lots of batteries to charge up. But I thoroughly enjoyed flying around. What we'll do tomorrow, I'll go out during the day. drone motorbike. I tell you, I've been looking at Spitfires, radio controlled airplanes and helicopters. Right, anyway, I'll be back in about an hour. I've got to charge my phone. Whatever you're doing, have a good one. Oh.